We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terry Brewer. Lynn Brooks has the night off. A big change is on the way for Tuscaloosa County. WVUA told you just yesterday that Ted Sexton was the top candidate for a job in California, and today he has announced he is taking that job. This development that unfolded just a couple of hours ago is our top story tonight at 5 o'clock. Sexton will be the new head of Homeland Security for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office. Sexton says he has notified the governor that his last day on the job will be March 17th. He has served 6 terms as Tuscaloosa County Sheriff. Sexton says Tuscaloosa will always be home to him, but this opportunity did not come to him by chance, and he is looking forward to seeing what the future holds.
I'm 56 years old. These offers will not continue to come, and this is one that, again, gives me the opportunity to be involved in Homeland Security at a national level again.
Now, Governor Robert Bentley's office says there is no timeline for when an appointment will be made for Sexton's replacement. Officials tell WVUA whoever is selected, they will serve the remainder of his term, which will be up for re-election in November 2014. On your Crime Watch, brand new information about what investigators are doing to solve the homicide of a Tuscaloosa woman. It has been 11 days since 73-year-old Kate Ragsdale was found dead inside her home in the Highlands neighborhood. Now investigators say they have enlisted the help of other agencies, including the FBI in Virginia. Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Captain Lloyd Baker says his team has spent countless hours at the crime scene canvassing the neighborhood, and leads are still coming in. Ragsdale's autopsy revealed the cause of death as sharp force injury. Baker says due to the horrific nature of the crime, the suspect would display tremendous behavioral changes. He says one of the things they need most from the public is help identifying the suspect.
Someone who commits a brutal act like this is going to show signs of stress, and that will result in a behavior change. That's the people who notice this behavior change in these possible suspects need to come forward and let us know.
Now here is another look at a profile created by a retired FBI profiler. This is a profile of a possible suspect. He believes the suspect may be young, lives near the crime scene, was able to walk to and from the crime scene, and is familiar with the area. The profile also says the suspect showed an extreme lack of criminal sophistication and would likely be showing extreme behavioral changes following the crime. But investigators stress no one should be excluded as a suspect because of what the profile says. Now, if you know anything about this case, investigators want to hear from you. You can call Crime Stoppers 205-752-STOP. Also on your Crime Watch, a Brookwood police officer is recovering from a broken leg he suffered in the line of duty, and a suspect is being treated for gunshot wounds. It happened Tuesday night when police say the officer was investigating 2 ATVs damaging yards. Police say one of the suspects ran over the officer, then the officer fired shots at the ATV. The suspect with gunshot wounds could face attempted murder charges. Police say the others could be charged with fleeing and eluding an officer. Now to South Alabama, where we're learning more about the man who police say killed a bus driver and took a child hostage. The Dale County Sheriff says Jimmy Lee Dykes had spent weeks planning the crimes. The sheriff says Dykes even became friends with the bus driver weeks before shooting and killing him, and a PVC pipe leading to the shelter had an improvised explosive device, as did the bunker. Authorities say Dykes could have detonated those at any time. Police say Dykes held a 5-year-old hostage for 6 days until law enforcement officers stormed the bunker, killing Dykes and rescuing the child. Well, there is a bill awaiting the governor's signature that could provide tax credits to parents in Alabama who send their children to private schools. Now, for a school to be considered failing under the bill and qualify for the tax credits, it would need to meet one of 5 qualifications outlined in the bill. Those include being in the bottom 10% of statewide reading and math scores, or designated by the state superintendent of education as failing. The sponsor of the bill estimates the yearly tax credit would be about $3,500.
If one child or 2 or 10 children leave a failing public school and go to a private school and get a better education, that's great. What about the other 490 children that remain either because of finances or because they just want to, in the failing public school. What are we doing to help that failing public school?
And the biggest thing they're going to do, I think, is provide a little bit of competition if this comes to play. And I think it will make everyone, get on their toes and say, how can we get better?
Now, by the bill's description of a failing school, there are 202 public schools in the state of Alabama considered failing, including 10 in the Tuscaloosa city school system and 3 in the county. Right now, the bill is awaiting a decision from a court on whether the governor will be able to sign the bill. Alabama Attorney General Luther Strange is speaking out about the recent raid at the state's largest casino and why Greene County's Green Track is still up and running. Reporter Jessica Gertler has more.
Was shutting down Victoryland a priority for you?
Well, I would really like to talk. I'm here to talk about the school safety initiative this morning.
Before Attorney General Luther Strange spoke about school safety issues in Montgomery, Alabama News Network found him backstage and asked him why he served a search warrant at Victoryland last month.
Enforcing the law consistently across the state is very important to us, and so Victoryland, as the Supreme Court has said, is operating illegal machines, and so, we had no choice but to take the action we did and treat them the same way as we do everyone else. The Houston County situation, Greene County, and of course Jefferson County, all over the state where we have this issue.
But why weren't other casinos like Green Track raided?
We've already shut down Green Track, and they continue to reopen, but that case is in court. The way we're handling this is to allow everybody to have their day in court. If they can convince the courts that what they're doing is legal, they're perfectly okay to do it.
Victoryland reopened in December, bringing on some 400 employees. But when the casino was shut down, all but 6 were let go.
What do you say to the 300 or 400 people that have lost their jobs?
Well, before they opened, we told them that they had the opportunity to go into court and establish it was legal. So I'm sorry that they didn't take that opportunity.
Mr. Strange, I'm going to tell you, I'm 41 years old. We did not know this was going to happen. I think you knew this was going to happen.
Scott Leonard was one of the Victoryland employees that lost their job.
How am I supposed to support myself now after I waited all these years to come back to work?
But Strange says the blame lies with Victoryland.
I'm sorry for the people that lost their jobs. I'm sorry that they didn't take us up on our offer.
That was Jessica Gertler reporting. Deputy Attorney General Sonny Reagan told us there are still 3 cases involving illegal gambling in Greene County. Those include $75 million in unpaid taxes from Green Track and 2 cases against the casino resulting from 2 separate raids, one in 2010, the other in 2011. More than 1,200 gambling machines and over $100,000 were seized in those cases. Now to Washington, D.C., where a controversy over the president's authority to use drones on U.S. citizens has taken center stage. It started when a Kentucky senator asked Obama's CIA director nominee for the administration's views on the president's power to authorize lethal force. Attorney General Eric Holder said he would not rule out a drone strike against an American citizen on U.S. soil. But today, Holder issued a letter saying that President Obama does not have the authority to use a drone to kill a U.S. citizen on American soil if the citizen is not engaged in combat.